Good evening. Welcome to Season A, the platform where we speak truth to power. I am going to do something here now. I am going to sing the Yoruba national anthem, and I will come and explain why. So we're going to sing that. Iṣẹ́ wa fúnlẹ̀ wa, forílẹ̀ ibi wa, kágbéga, kágbéga, kágbéga fáyé rí. Ìgbàgbọ́ wa ni pé bá ti bẹ̀rù làbọ̀ mọ́ ká ṣiṣẹ́ ká ṣiṣẹ́ ká ṣiṣẹ́ ká jọlá ìṣọ̀kan àtòmìnira ní ẹ jẹ́ ká máa lépa tẹ̀síwájú fọ́pọ̀ ire àtòhun tó dára ọmọ Oòduà dìde bọ́ sípò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ gbogbo adúláwọ̀. Welcome to Season A, the platform where we speak truth to power. Please subscribe to the channel, help us grow the platform. We truly appreciate your support. So go ahead, subscribe to Season AY, hit the notification button, and of course give us a thumbs up. Thank you very much. The reason why I'm singing that song, thank you very much. The reason why I'm singing that song tonight is you will see behind the logo, behind the song, because I put the words out there deliberately. This song was written by late Pa Obafemi Awolowo, and the music was put to it by Pa Ogunde. And they formed what the foundation of how they were canvassing across the whole of the Southwest, indeed, to Yoruba people, and to get them to understand the commitment of Afenifere to Yoruba people, and of course, in terms of action group, the whole Nigeria. But in the Southwest, that song was a very, very powerful tool in reaching to the communities to support the Western government at the time, and the Obafemi Awolowo and the then action group in the Western region. So it is really pivotal. You can see the logo behind the song. It's a sign of a palm tree. That's the sign of Afenifere. So the palm tree, the song, the achievements of late Obafemi Awolowo are all intertwined. Likewise, we in Yoruba Nation, we are singing Yoruba, this anthem, this lovely anthem, and we knew some of the story. That is to say, we knew it was written by Pa Obafemi Awolowo, but we didn't know that it was a song that was, already the foundational song for Afenifere. And singing, doing our Yoruba Nation, we have not fully understood how foundational it is. It is so foundational that when they do meetings in Afenifere, as told by the national organizing, the organizing national secretary for Afenifere worldwide, Otuba Koli Omololu, they sing this song at their meetings. They sing this song at their meetings. So that's what they've been doing. And even when they had to meet in secret, this was the song they were singing. And if you go and watch the video that I did where I interviewed the organizing national secretary of Afenifere worldwide, Otuba Kole Omololu, he narrates this story in great detail. I encourage us all, let's all go and watch that video again. It's really important to get this foundation, this background information, because when we are looking at Afenifere and Yoruba Nation, we think that they are two separate things, but they are actually very linked. They are interlinked. The song we're singing in Yoruba Nation came from Afenifere, is Afenifere even now. And I think we need to acknowledge that to ourselves. And it talks about, in the song, it talks about, Ishoko and Ominira. Nikedeka Malekpa. So it talks about the unity and, going for independence, going for self-determination is what we should be seeking. And these are ethos that is strongly held in Yoruba Nation. What better way to achieve that than to actually unite with those who created this song that had that strong ethos in it. I am saying this now that Yoruba Nation dividing ourselves into different groups and fighting at different on different purposes will not lead us to achieve our common goal, which is the self-determination for Yoruba people. And that, like Otumba said, Otumba Kole Molulu, he said, in Nigeria, Yoruba land, a Yoruba nation can exist in Nigeria. It doesn't mean that we're not going to stop seeking for self-determination. Depends on how things are going. Depends on, is there something that, are we achieving our goal of a nation functioning, working for and serving its people? Are we achieving that? If that is not, then nothing stops us from continuing to seek the self-determination. One thing is for sure, we are not going to get self-determination in just a few, just like that. We're not. We're going to have to work through it. It's a process. And we would very much encourage us all to start looking at things from the point of view of having a discussion about the best way forward with everybody in Nigeria. And then it's by doing that and encouraging us in Nigeria to be able to have the review of the Constitution, restructuring of the Constitution, redrafting of the confab report, looking at all of that, and importantly, a referendum. Because when we did the stuff with Onitiri, where Onitiri came and said we can go for a referendum that was done devoid of other parts of the nation, of Nigeria, you saw where it got us. It got us nowhere. We need active participation. We will need everybody who are from other parts to be part of this so that we have a binding document, a binding signed referendum and constitution with a referendum in it that will allow us to now go for self-determination, should that be what we want to go for. And in doing that, we need to redraw the constitution. We all know it's faulty. So that's what I wanted to say. All I will say to many of the different groups who are fighting each other now, you're fighting this one is calling that one, you're calling this one, you're this, that. We are simply dividing ourselves. And in the face of our division, those who want to oppress us are united. They are. The security votes, there is a huge chunk of security votes that is being sucked up and is not being used to provide security. If we ignore that, there won't be anything left for us to call a nation. We need to wake up. No amount of money we put together on our own will match the funds that is available to these people that we're refusing to unite together to face. That's the reality. The biggest concern that we have right now is the security votes. Because our governors in the South, they have yet to explain to us what they have done with the security votes. They have yet to explain to us. And we need to question them. I've been doing programs about this. And what is more, there is nothing in that constitution that mentions security vote. This is something that came from the military era. So you can see now that when we are fighting each other, and there are literally billions that is being looted in the middle of, I'm fighting this one, I'm fighting that one, I'm abusing this, I'm fighting that one. And we are ignoring the central issue of the security vote that is not in the constitution. That is why I'm saying we must participate in this process. Because we have to make sure that when we redraw the constitution, no document or no sudden edict that is outside of the constitution can be used to suck funds out of the nation, because it is not going to be allowed, because we will have to carry out a referendum on that constitution to agree on it. And that is why our participation as people is so important. That is why you hear me talking about this. I'm not just saying it for the fun of it. I'm not a fan of, I'm not into Nigeria in that way, in the current form. And I am forever will be for Yoruba Nation, and to see a Yoruba Nation as a nation on its own, standing as a nation, serving the Yoruba people. That is how I see Yoruba nation. And of course, like you see, Scotland stands within the United Kingdom as a nation, serving the Scottish people. What better way? They're still going for independence, but currently they are in the United Kingdom as a nation. They have their own central bank, very much like Otuba Kolioromolulu pointed out, and thank you very much for that. So these are things we're talking about. So please, Yoruba people, if we're serious about building Yoruba nation, what we need to first of all do, our governors in the south, they must explain where the security votes are going. I wonder if I have something on that. 1 second, please. 1 second. So, whilst you are fighting each other, whilst somebody is fighting on behalf of Iba Gani Adams, and the other one is fighting on behalf of Oloyi Sunday Igboho, both of whom we need in this struggle, whilst we are doing that, do you know what is happening? Let me show you. What is happening is this. You see, Lagos State, they are getting security vote that should not be happening of 17.149 billion. Why is you fighting each other? Why is you fighting each other? Lagos State is getting 17.14 billion, 149 billion security votes. And the governor does not tell you how that money is being spent. The governor of Lagos State, Sanwo-Olu. Let us go and look at the other one. Let's go and look at the other one. Ondo State, they get what? 7.2 billion annually. Naira annually. Security vote. Again, they're not telling you where that money is. Yet people are being abducted, are killed in Ondo State. Lagos State, Ondo State, Oshu State gets how much? 4.8 billion annually. You see, these are security votes. 4.8 billion annually. Now, Ogun State gets 960 million to 1.2 billion annually. Can you see that? Ekiti State gets 100 million, 1.2 billion annually. Oyo State, it says 12 billion annually. I want to believe, I think it's 1.2 billion annually. I think that's where it is because you can see the jump. I think it's 1.2 billion, but you can see what I'm saying. The point of what I am showing you is this. If we do not unite and confront our state governors, Ondo State, I believe it's Ayedatiwa, Oshu State, Oyebanji, Ogun State, Abiodun, Ekiti State, Adeleke, Oyo State, Makinde, and Lagos State, Sanwo-Olu. Our focus as Yoruba people must be to focus to demand that those we elect into office provide answers to us. We need to go into how are we going to put our community together to question the governors. It's the governors we need to face, not each other. Not one faction fighting for Iba Gani Adams, another one fighting for Oloyi Sunday Igboho and call each other names. Meanwhile, the governors who are looting these billions and billions and billions of naira are not telling you where they're going, and people are going missing. People are being abducted and their farms are being killed. Where is the money for security votes being spent? Where is it? Where is it being spent? Ask that question. Now is not the time to be playing silly games. We need to be very, very strategic in our thinking. Unity is a strategic option that we can no longer ignore. We can no longer ignore it. So please, sheathe your swords. You Yorubas fighting each other. Now it's to unite among each other and confront the real enemies, the governors within our state. The governors, and you have the power to do so. I'm showing you here and I'm reminding you. That's in Yoruba, but I can read that, but I'll do it in English. But for the purpose of what I'm doing here, it's probably better I do it in English for now. You need to exercise these powers. We need to teach our people about this. I'll read it in English and I'll show it in Yoruba. So for people who are in Yoruba land, to use those powers, because that's what we need to do right now. Sovereignty belongs to the people of Nigeria, from whom the government, through this constitution, derives all its powers and authority. Section 14.2a. You see it on the screen. We need to exercise those powers. We are sovereigns. We are not just citizens, but we are sovereigns to whom power and authority belongs. And we can exercise those powers through participation. What is participation? Participation is what I've just described to you. You ask questions about where the security vote money, where it is going. By asking questions and demanding answers, you are participating in your governance, which is Section 142C. The participation by the people in the government shall be ensured in accordance with the provisions of this constitution. I hope that makes sense. Now, I'm going to go and read this in Yoruba. Let me just, I want to do that in Yoruba because my focus obviously is for Yoruba people. We can, and indeed we must. We can, and indeed we must do this. I want you to do this as a matter of urgency. We must do this. This information that I just showed you about the constitution in Yoruba, ìjọba jẹ́ ti àwọn ènìyàn Nàìjíríà láti ọ̀dọ̀ ní tìjọba nípasẹ̀ òfin orílẹ̀-èdè ìgbà gbogbo àti àṣẹ rẹ̀. We need our people to know that offhead in their communities right now, because they will use that to now question the government, each of the state governors in their language about the security vote. Owó ìdáàbòbò ìdìbò, as it's called loosely. Mbole nosi kílẹ̀ fi ṣe ẹ̀tọ́ wa ní ká bi yín léèrè, ẹ̀tọ́ wa dẹ̀ nípa kópa nínú ìjọba. So the participating in the government is now going like this. 14.2c. Ìkópa àwọn ènìyàn nínú ìjọba wọn gbọ́dọ̀ rí dájú ní ìbámu pẹ̀lú àwọn òfin orílẹ̀-èdè. Again, it's telling you, by you asking questions of the government about the security vote, you are participating in your governance. I hope that makes sense. So, I hope this video, when you get it, I want you to really think about what I said here. Yoruba people in particular, our unity is our strength. The people that we need to be asking questions of are these governors. What have they used this fund for? And you have every right to question them. The amount of killings and the abductions, and the government, many of you are paying for money, paying for abductions yourselves in your community. But the money that is meant for safety and security, it's the government, the state governors are not providing any explanation about what is being spent on or giving you evidence. You have the right, under the fraudulent 1999 constitution as it stands, to question them and demand them for them to explain where those funds have gone. You need to. You need to. So, in closing, I just really wanted to reiterate this point. Like I said, Afenifere is very, very central to whatever it is we want to achieve. And as I speak to you, I need you to know that, all of us, we need unity among ourselves. That is the key factor to be able to confront the governors of the states. Now, let me just see if I can get the governors, the picture of the governors. I want to put this in your mind so that you can activate this in your own community. It's not a job for one person. I don't pretend to know it all, but I'm just saying that we have to really work together in holding our governance to account using the powers that we possess. Let me see if I can see that security vote picture. 1 second. Let me just get that for you in here. I'm going to put it here. I think I have it, but I'm going to just check quickly. Okay, so now, because now, time is short. We haven't got time for tittle-tattle fighting each other. It's nonsense. The people you need to be asking questions are these people. You need to use the powers that I'm showing you here. Let me go make it quicker. I want you to see this for what it is. And I'm hoping that maybe it will awaken you. And I'm hoping that you can really take action on that, because it's really important. You see, these are the funds. I want you to see the funds per state. Oh, how can I do that? Okay. I'll do it like this. I want you to see I want you to see the funds per state. Okay. There. Okay. So you can see, 1 second. I got it. I'll do it like this. I'll do it like this. Yeah. And I'll do it like that. I'll make that smaller. Can I? If I can. Okay, it's not gonna. Now, let's just put it to the side here. What's that looking like? Perfect. Good. Okay. Good. That is absolutely perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to see. It's exactly what I wanted to see. Now, what I need you to do, what I need you to really understand in all of this is this. And very, very important. Ondo State Governor, Aiyedatiwa, 7.2 billion annually. Where is the security vote going? Osun State Governor, Oyebanji, 1.2 billion, 4.8 billion annually. Ogun State Governor, Dapo Abiodun, 960 million to 1.2 billion annually. Where's that money going? Makinde, or your state, it says 12 billion annually. I believe it's 1.2 billion annually. I believe that. It must be a typo. In fact, I'm sure of it. And of course, Lagos State, 17.149 billion. Where's that money going? That should be our focus as Yoruba people. If we are serious about providing safety and security, those funds are more than enough to provide safety and security. They are also provide infrastructure for our people as well. But if we do not come together and ask questions about this, nothing is going to change. And the vehicle for that change, I strongly put it to you that Afenifere is part of that struggle. And of course, those of us who are in the Yoruba Nation movement together. But we need to stop the bickering among each other. Fighting for this one, calling that one name. It is not putting us forward. This money, this amount of money, annually, I mean, just look at it. 7 plus 4, that's 11 billion right there. That's 12 billion right there. That's 13.2 billion, 14.4 billion, again 16.4 billion, and then of course plus 17. That's over 35 billion naira every year for 6 states. Why are we ignoring those funds? I want to know why we are ignoring those funds and fighting each other. We need to start questioning our governors. And that is why we need to use those powers that you see on the screen before you. In Yoruba, make every community be aware that they have the power to question their governors. Call them to town hall meetings. Ìjọba jẹ́ ti àwọn ènìyàn Nàìjíríà láti ọ̀dọ̀ ìjọba nípasẹ̀ òfin orílẹ̀-èdè yìí gba gbogbo agbára àti àṣẹ rẹ̀. You have the power and the authority to hold your governance, to call them to meetings. And ìkópa àwọn ènìyàn níjọba wọn gbọ́dọ̀ rí dájú ní ìbámu pẹ̀lú àwọn òfin orílẹ̀-èdè yìí. You have the right to question them because it is mandated in that constitution. I know it's fraudulent, but we need to start telling our people this. This is what we should be doing instead of fighting each other. That is why you will never see me. You will never see me do a complete show. I'm going to try and that is a waste of our time. This is where we should focus. Where is those funds? Where are those funds? I'm sure you agree with me. This is something we need to do together. Where are those funds? That is what we should do. So, ladies and gentlemen, you've been watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Please go ahead, subscribe to Citizen AY, hit the notification button, give a thumbs up, and of course on Oduduwa TV Radio. I'll come back and do this in Yoruba as well. I'm going to come back and do this in Yoruba as well. But I wanted to show this first in this manner. There are funds that are gone missing. That has gone missing year after year. 35, 36, 37 billion naira yearly for security votes. And none of us has questioned any of the governors once. And yet we have the power, but it's been hidden from us. We need to exercise those powers. Instead of fighting each other, we need to come together and plan how we can get our communities to start questioning the governance. We can put our effort towards that. I'm sure it's doable. It is possible for us to do it. We need to educate our people and reorientate the minds of our people. Let us begin with that job. We haven't got time for fighting each other at all. So, ladies and gentlemen, you've been watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Please share this broadcast. If it resonates with you, please share. Thank you very much for watching. And I also want to say to Otuba Kole Omololu, thank you very much for the interview we had the other day. It really opened my eyes in many ways. And I want you to all remember, in all of this, this is the Yoruba Nation anthem that we're singing. It comes from Afenifere, and the symbol is palm tree. Let us begin to embrace that. They are such an important part. Without Afenifere, I doubt we will have had the Western region. And Western region gave us what is now Nigeria, and gave us the house, the Nigeria house in London was bought with the funds from Afenifere. So we can see the roots of what is now Nigeria and coming from Western region. And we can again get the roots of Western region to shoot up again and build a viable future for the coming generation of Yoruba people. And if we're still in Nigeria, we can work together, but we will be in a devolved nation as Yoruba nation. Let's make that a common target, and then we can then, if things is still not improving, there's nothing stopping us from going for self-determination. But I'm telling you now, we cannot get Yoruba nation like that. But it starts with our unity. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been watching this is Naira, the platform where we speak truth to power. Before I go, I'm going to sing the song again to round it off. Iṣẹ́ wa fúnlẹ̀ wa, fúnrilẹ̀ ibi wa, kàgbéga, kàgbéga, kàgbéga fàyè rí. Ìgbàgbọ́ wa ni pé bá ti bẹ̀rù làbọ̀ mọ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́ kájọlá. Ìṣọ̀kan àtòmìnira ní gẹ́jẹ́ ká máa lè pa, tẹ̀síwájú fọ́pọ̀ ire àtòhun tó dára. Ọmọ Oòduà dìde, bọ́ sípò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ, ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ gbogbo adúláwọ̀. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you found this broadcast informative. Please do share. Unity must be our watchword. We need to unite and question the governors in our state, the state House of Reps, senators, state of assembly, local government chairman. They are the real enemies that we face. We're not going to fight them, but we are going to question them using the powers that we possess within the current 1999 Constitution. And we need to participate in that process, because when they are reviewing and redrawing the Constitution, we have to play an active role and ensure that the things we want in that redrawn Constitution and things like referendum must be in it, and we have to work for it together collectively. Thank you so very much. You've been watching this Newa, the platform where we speak truth to power. Keep a note of this. The palm tree behind the national anthem is Afenifere. Afenifere is front and center of our struggle, and we need to embrace that in Yoruba nation. Unity is our strength. Please, enough of this fighting. Thank you so very much. You've been watching Season Newa, the platform where we speak truth to power. Thank you, and bye for now.